Hello and namaste to everyone. This is my new YouTube channel. If you like my work, then please do like and subscribe and do follow for more. If you haven't seen my previous video, then I suggest please go to my channel to understand this drama more. Let's start. From the starting scene of this drama, there is a Pim and G who is at the shootings of the premieres, and the G got a call from who is a brother but not a biological. Now the thief is running and get inside in the train. Then he saw that the grandma is sitting unconsciously. Then he called an ambulance and said that the old granny is my client and she was holding this album, so I think this may be her relatives. Then in the next scene in its own, that the Pim and G is doing an interview, and they were just talking about the film and the scene that is going to shoot. And the same times, one reporter saw that there was a news about the grandmother and she was lying unconscious, and all those photos which is seen by the G, and the grandma also woke up and she want to go home, but in the same time the Ying got called and said that don't let the G to step in the hospitals, and Pisuki ran over there to help the grandmothers. In the same times the lawyers and his assistant was also there, and Pisuki also came there, and she was ready to go home. In the same time the Ying also came over there and made an agreement with the grandmothers and Pan not to see. In the same time Ji also came over there, and there were a bunch of reporters who is claiming that she is your grandmother, why she is living in the slums, and if not, then who is she, why you are coming. Then in the same times the grandmother came and said that I used to be her nanny. She was so little, I think she couldn't remember me. I'm not her granny. And the Ying said that you were so little and there is nothing to be repay, and she is just coming to see me to repay my daughters, and I found that the granny is suffering, so we are here to assist her. So the Chiang and Thith also say that this is isn't true, you are wrong about her, and so on. Then the lawyer assistant said that the G will never abandon her granny, so she is telling the truth that she is not her granny. Then granny thanked the Mr. Lawyer about the saying and taking care of it, and Pisuki gave the albums and saying the goodbye note to G, and while turning off the albums he saw the check agreement of the millions dollars of check, and she told Pisuki that is my mother involved in this. Then she just ran away and said that the grandma, please don't go for me, wait for me, I will also come with you, please don't leave me, I don't want to be with the hairs, I just want to be with you. And this scene is saw by the Tita, who is just sitting next to there and doing nothing, and she was just begging and crying that please don't leave me grandma, you are only my one whom I love. Then the Ying is smiles widely and get away from there. Then the scene shift to the G is going there and say that Pisuki to give the car key. Then she took the cars and followed her mothers and went home and see mother, and she was just so much aggressive that she didn't obey or listen to the servant also, and she talked that why did you do this to me, I was never ashamed that I'm come from the slums, or I never create a fake background like you. I just love my grandmothers and I only want her. You also took away from me. You are the one who just destroy me. You took everything I love from me. Then Ying said that you all are this because of my husband, power and money. Why you are saying that? Then you are free. I was just being with my husband so that you can be free. Why don't you understand? Then they G said that, will your husband let us to be free? Will me I am be free? Be afraid of mom. Be very afraid that you have nobody left now. You are just alone. Then the servant took advantage of this and talked to the Sita, and Sita came over there and said that your daughter is the one who seduced me, not anything. That you are so afraid that you want your daughters to be or take your place. That then they had discussions about G, and Ying said that I have done so much for you that you will not allow me to backstab and or kick me out. Then Sita said that you are nothing but how dare you challenge me or give me an order. In the same times, one of the investigators, who is the friend of the Teeth, is just searching for the bad project of Sita, and he was just doing this case and to expose all those the illegal way that Sita is doing. In the same times that he called his assistant and said that I'm going out with my friend, but the co-worker said that she likes you and all that. In the same times there is shootings where the G and the PM is doing, and the PM is singing so badly that G is just laughing, and everybody sitting over there also was feeling terrible. In the same times there is a backup, so she was going home. In the same time her stepfather came over there to pick her up, and they were followed by the Ying also. This was recorded by the PIAC and put it into the social media. Then there were 3 cars following that. Sita is in the front, and Ying, Ji's mother, and one of the detective also followed them, and they just went in some kind of hotel. Her stepfather said that I bought this car for you, and they were just going. In the same time, Singh also followed them. Teeth and detective was just waiting at there and said that she is after her husband too. Then this is just such a beautiful hotel that you can see that. Then they were going to the elevators, and Ying also came and just stood between them and said that why you are so afraid that I think I'm old for you, so you want a new one and you want my daughter to be your mistress. I don't allow that. And the same time G said that I'm adult now, I can decide myself, and this is told by the G. So Ying is so much angry and said that you will never touch my daughters, I will never allow them. Then the Sitas were just dragging her by the hairs and said that if you will want to risk your futures, then you will. I want you already. Do not get involved in this. And this was making the G very much terrible, and she was just frightened and do nothing. In the same times, Pisuki and Deo is packing everything for the G's for the shootings, and the G is only thinking about her mothers, and both the sisters were contacting the grandma. Then the next scene shift to the G, who cannot sleep at the night because the Sita, her stepfathers, is doing terribles and being a bad people in front of G, and you will expose the news of your own daughter and destroy your own daughter careers, which is seen by the Sita through the social media, which is uploaded by the PIAC, and she was just terrible and she couldn't sleep. So she is making a wish aeroplane. Where is her mother? Is safe or not? if the aeroplane is reached beyond the range, then the wish will come true. Then she was smiling. Next day, Pisuki came to see and pick up the G, but he was doing makeup, so he couldn't notice that the G is already gone outside. In the time, the Pisuki noticed that she is already getting to the car, but Pisuki told that that is not our car, but she was getting to it, and she told that to stop the car, but Guy threatened her to stay in the car. Then the next scene shift to the Chiang is waiting for the shooting, but Pisuki called that the G has been disappeared. Now in next episode, who was that bad guy and where did the G disappear? Explain.